John McCain's wife and daughter are offering a show of support for gay rights. Cindy and Meghan McCain are set to appear this weekend before the Log Cabin Republicans. The gay rights group is holding a convention here in Washington. The architect of Senator McCain's 2008 presidential campaign spoke to the group today. Let's bring in our senior congressional correspondent, Dana Bash, who's working the story for us. Somewhat surprising remarks, Dana.
That's right. And what he said is, look at recent election results. In fact, we have a map to illustrate what he was talking about, the election he worked on, 2008. Look at the colors. Red represents red. Represents Republicans, rather. They have lost on the coast and in the Northeast big time, especially in the last election. And what he said is that he believes a big reason for that is the Republican coalition is shrinking because it is perceived as intolerant. And he actually said that's especially true when it comes to gay rights.
A surprising challenge from the man who ran John McCain's presidential campaign. Republicans should drop their opposition to same-sex marriage.
It cannot be argued that marriage between people of the same sex is un-American or threatens the rights of others. And our great Republican Party should always be on the side of expanding freedom and equal rights.
Steve Schmidt told this gathering of gay Republicans that allowing same-sex marriage is in line with the conservative credo to live and let live and keep government out of your life. And he argued raw politics. The GOP must be more open if it wants to reverse an alarming trend, a shrinking coalition, especially among younger, more accepting voters.
People are turned off in large measure by what they see as intolerance coming out of a party.
Schmidt has personal experience, a gay sister, and knows his is a minority view. Even McCain, the candidate he worked for, ran against same-sex marriage.
One man and one woman. That's my definition of marriage.
But the group Schmidt addressed, the Log Cabin Republicans, hope other party leaders now realize that election losses prove the GOP catered too much to social conservatives.
It's great that the Republican Party is going through this soul-searching moment right now because Republicans are thinking outside of the box.
These days, their grassroots organization is reaching out to sympathetic Republicans in states debating same-sex marriage initiatives. And this week, another Republican group, GO Proud, formed to push a broader agenda, advocating traditional conservative issues like low taxes and small government on behalf of gays.
Well, there's a misconception that if you're gay, you're liberal. You know, just like there's a misconception that if you're conservative, you're a bigot, you know.
Now, nearly 3 in 10 self-identified gays and lesbians voted Republican in the last presidential election. Still, GOP operative Steve Schmidt admitted most Republican leaders won't drop their opposition to same-sex marriage anytime soon. But he also thinks, Wolf, that will change as people get to know others close to them in committed relationships who are gay, like he has with his own sister.
Yeah, it's interesting. Steve Schmidt, he once worked in the Bush White House, worked for Dick Cheney, went to work for Arnold Schwarzenegger, more recently for John McCain.
So now he's back in California.
Yeah, all right, thanks.